All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the London session. As always, guys, it's time to get this show on the road. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, and very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Once again, looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the charts. Gold still in a bit of a pullback phase by the looks of things. But obviously we'll do the analysis on gold. I'll also take a look at GJ. I've already prepared some charts on GJ, GU, and EU, so I have a look at those as well. And guys, as per request, if anyone has any charts or any questions in general, feel free to pop those into the chat, and I'll be sure to get to you guys shortly. In the meantime, though, you guys know the drill. Same old, guys. YouTube, please smash that like button. Just take 2 seconds, smash that like button. Not even 2 seconds, 1 second. And TikTok, start to hit that screen for me. Let's get the masses onto the stream. The #1 stream in Forex education, and also the win rate. I believe my win rate would be up near the top when it comes to live streamers. So let's have a good one, team. And let's begin. Let's start with, as always, let's have a look at the news. Can't forget to check out the news that was from yesterday. Let's refresh the feed and see what we've got moving forward here today. So not much. We've had high impact NZ dollar news for the people across the Tasman. Otherwise, guys, moving forward into our session here today, nothing scheduled. Let's have a look into NY. So NY, big day, ADP and ISM services PMI. So big day when it comes to news events for the US dollar. Tomorrow will be a big day for the pound. That is obviously closer to NY open, so I won't be on stream for that, but nonetheless, we'll have a look at that tomorrow. In the meantime, guys, let's have a look at the gold. Starting with the gold and looking at the weekly time frame as per the usual. What we can see is we are forming at this stage a bearish candle. The previous candle was also a bearish candle, inside bar candle. So again, not much momentum at the minute on gold. I mean, these candles still have a fair bit of volume though. But whilst we are inside a low and remain inside the high of the previous candle, obviously, I mean, we could still flip and break our own high. So what we're going to do is mark in the current weekly candles high. See what we've got above that level. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go down to the daily. Sorry, well, we were on the daily. My bad. Take two. Onto the daily time frame. We are far off that position at the moment, that weekly candle high. So we won't bother with that. What we can see in the daily. Close at support. So again, I always say to my guys, irrespective of the direction, we need to always ask ourselves, where are we on the charts? And it's quite evident here on gold, we're at some pretty strong support. Lines up with some previous resistance to the left, and we are now once again potentially bouncing off this level of support. So what that would suggest to me is, if I was to fall in line with the previous strength and the strength of the previous bearish candle on the daily, I'd likely need to look for pullback sells. It wouldn't make much sense to look for continuation sells because you're running straight into the support. So one potential option, marking the current daily candles high. Let's see what we've got above that level, if there is to be any potential buys above that point. Also, let's see if there's any sort of resistance on the 4-hour or the M15 where we could potentially look for price to pull back up, grab the Asian session high, and potentially pop back below for an option, take some sells. On to the 4-hour time frame here, and we are technically bearish in structure. Once again, we can see we've tapped into and bounced off the support at that daily high. It doesn't line up with anything on the 4-hour. We've got resistance a little bit further up ahead around that 4,000 flat region again, which was the level we're at yesterday on stream. As far as support, we're just going to focus on this most recent support. I know we do have some support a little bit lower down. We will begin to adjust the zones on the 15-minute time frame. So bearish in structure here on the 4-hour as well. Currently in a bit of a pullback phase with just over 5 minutes until this candle closes. Again, off the back of that, what we could be looking for is the new counts pop up, crane up a wick, and look for some potential rejection for maybe an opportunity to sell. Let's go into the 15, and what we can see is we in fact do have some resistance on the 15-minute time frame at that daily candles high. We have recently created the high of the day. We've since pulled back to create a high low. Let's see how price reacts now to the resistance. I'm just going to attach it to, I'm going to use this. going to attach it to the highest point of any bearish candle at this present level. That will be my resistance. So above the current daily candle size. So we'll talk about, first of all, the buy options. I'm just going to mark in some minor support at the most recent level, which is that 39.64 sort of region, 65. All right, so moving forward on the gold today, the buy options, guys. If it were me, which it is me, what I will be looking for is, again, we have just recently created the high of the day. We have since pulled back to create high low. If we were to once again, so we're triggered in sellers, so I like it. If we were to pop back up, trap those sellers, close above the resistance around that 39.78 region, then I would definitely be keen on looking for a buy option. Once again, I'd like to see it sweep the Asian range high and see how price reacts to it. So retest it, begin to pull away from it, and that to me would be a very solid option to take a buy. We in fact do have some clean traffic to the left. Still is against the actual structure itself and the overall bias, which is technically bearish at the minute, and that won't change on the 15-minute. We close above the resistance at 4k, so it's that 4k region is just a key, real strong key level. So that's the buy options, guys. Obviously I would consider buys from lower down, but we're far off that to worry about that for the time being. Now further options, sells, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, if we pop up, retest the high of the day, the Asian session range high, only to close back below. At that point there, I will contemplate an option to take a sell, so long as I have the right catalyst to do so, and so long as we don't begin to chop around within this current minor range, form consolidation, because that issue would be that would be selling it straight back into consolidation, where it could just create an equal high or be grabbing some more liquidity before we head back up to the upside. So I would need to be careful of that, make sure we do close above, pull back below, form a bit of support, and then begin to actually drop back towards the support back at 39.65, that sort of region. Aside from that, guys, we have obviously just recently created support around that 39.64, 65. So if we were to now pop below it, retest and begin to pull away from it, at that point there, we could have in fact formed the high for the day, and we could end up back towards the low, which is around that 39.32 sort of level. So off the back of that, we begin to pop below the most recent minor support, close below, begin to retest it and pull away from that zone, cut those buyers, and for me, that would be a potential option, take a sell off the back of that. So that is my plan moving forward here on the gold. Hopefully that makes sense to you good people. You guys know the drill. To show some appreciation, if you could, YouTube, don't forget to smash that like button, and TikTok, hit that little screen for me. Today's the gold, guys. 2 minutes remaining. Let's just focus on gold, because we may in fact have a potential option here. We're gonna look at the 5-minute, but I'm likely going to ignore the 5-minute because the 15 is the stronger catalyst. We have a little bit of support, so I mean, irrespective, if we close below, likely the entry will be below these wicks either way. So a minute and just over a minute and a half, guys. We need this candle to definitely close below if there is to be a early entry into the stream. I'm gonna remove some of these levels for the time being, and then once this candle closes on the M15, I will shift across to also the 1 hour. We'll shift across to the other pairs. So let's quickly look at the hourly. For the hourly, interesting closure here, potentially closing weak bullish. So guys, this is one of those ones where if you trade the hourly time frame, you could use the fib trick here, and from top to bottom in this case, sorry. Now, if price was to close below the 0.382, that does suggest we have, well, first of all, rejected some resistance, which was also previous support to the left. Also confirm a minor or a weak bullish counter closure. So off the back of my data and experience over the 8 years, if prices to pop up, break the upper wick and begin to break the low, there'd be higher probability of it continuing bearish. So that is also an interesting thing to keep an eye on, I suppose. The hourly is not my preferred time frame, and it doesn't look like it's going to actually close below that point either way, but let's just keep a little bit of an eye on it. All right, guys, so we've got 10 seconds remaining on this hourly candle. and it's not going to close. Oh, it's closed right at it. Wow. Final seconds, it's popped back. It's actually closed just above it technically. Got no upper wick, and we're closed above the 15-minute support. So I'm going to wait for what I believe is the stronger confirmation. That is the closure below. Alright, so that is the gold, guys. Let's have a look at GJ. I have marked up charts sent into my members group. It is very bearish. We have now pulled back to a level of interest. So based off that, if it does begin to reject, as per this illustration, we form some minor support, begin to pop below support, I think it'd be a good option to take some sells from the current level. Quickly looking at it across the board, daily, obviously a weekly as well, is forming strong bearish, lower high, lower low. Daily, lower high, lower low. Previous daily closed back, strong bearish. Not much need for it to break its own high though, so it has a lower high, lower low. 4-hour bearish in structure as well. Now on sort of 15-minute, and that is technically, has it just flipped? It has actually just flipped back bullish, but still it's at a very strong level of resistance. So for me, I still would preference the sells, but what I'd also consider now is if it pulls back cleanly towards that 199.80 sort of region, then I do believe the buy options would be present, because once again the daily is now forming bullish. It has flipped back bullish. So if we did pull back to a previous level of support, only to form support yet again, then we could all look for potential buy options off the back of that. So that'll be another option on GJ if anyone interested. Quickly onto GU. Very bearish. The majors are extremely bearish at the moment, and I would just preference pullback sells or continuation sells. Once again, the weekly is forming extremely strong to the downside, into some clean traffic as well. Daily, not a great deal happening within the current daily candle. It does have a lower high, lower low to the previous structure across the board. It appears to be bearish. The 4 hour is definitely bearish, as is the minor time frame here. So I would definitely preference sell options, whether it be upon a pullback to previous support or the resistance up ahead. Otherwise, up back down to the daily low, split the Asian range low, retest, begin to pull away. There's your option, take a sell. EU, much the same. In fact, the exact same. So that is what I'd be looking at on the majors. In the meantime, let me take a breath. And let's say good day to the chat. How are we, team? Tony Gold, Zach, Franco, Bartman, Sebastian, brother. Hope you're well. Welcome, welcome. Crazy Cirrus. How do I analyze gold? Well, you would have saw if you're paying attention, you'd understand how I analyze gold. Paul, good day to you, mate. Welcome. Carl, good morning to you. Danny K5, good morning to you. Carl, late looking at potential sells. Franco, good play, mate. Thank you. Goats, good day to you. Hamza, what about gold? Yep, so looking for potential sells below the support here at 39.6378 to be exact. TikTok, welcome to the 40 plus of you on stream and the 5 new followers. Don't forget to smash that screen for me so we get more onto the stream. Future trade, tell me you're short to make me feel better. I'm not in a trade at the minute, but I don't mind the short positions. I just need a confirmation. As I mentioned before, my confirmation will be closures below the support at 39.6380 roughly. Liam, me again. My sales hit break even and dropped 600 pips. It happens, mate. It's all part of it. It's happened to me plenty of times as well. It is what it is. Okay, how do you find session times like NY? I mean, quite easy to be honest. Something, look, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're new to trading, but something that every trader should be wary of or should know already. Easiest way to do it is just TradingView. Sorry, Forex Factory. And it will tell you here when exactly session is opening, when it's closing, so on and so forth. Chat, that's also another good place to find out all that information. Josh, you're in a sell. Okay, fair enough. Could be joining you, but not in the minute. JB Physique, this dude just spinning obvious moves. That's it, my friend. Obvious moves. Very simple game plan because that's what works. Don't need to overcomplicate it. And with an 80% win rate, I think what I do is more than fine. Josh, no, it does not open in 2 minutes. London opens in 54 and a half minutes. Look at Altcoin on MagicKeys. Norman, no, I don't look at the, it's called cryptos, the minor cap cryptos, altcoins and meme coins and all that. Come on, strategy, simple price action at predetermined levels on the chart. I wait for a catalyst. I do have some very strict rules that I do follow. So just watch the stream, you'll learn a lot. Bits, how come don't show? Why should I? I don't need to show you my MetaTrader terminal. That's for me, not for. I call it, I put it up here, my entry. I'll let you guys know the exact entry. That's not good enough. You can't please everyone. Ali Boss, good day to you. Dom, another day. Yeah, another child. Gonna say another child. I'm not sure where I got that from. From your name, actually, Dom Child. Sorry, that's where. I hope I don't have another child. I don't think I do, but you're in a sell, Ray, from 39.76. Nice one. Just don't give the profit back. Michael, good day to you. Ricky, my preferred choice is the M15, but I do look on multiple time frames. I look at the 5 minute as well. Got 4 hour. Do look at the hourly time frame, the M30. Look at all different time frames to add confluence to an entry. William, no master. I just confident in what I do and comfortable and confident. Nasdaq, I did actually draw up a chart just before the stream. Sells. To me, it's very bearish. So once again, it's whether it pulls back to grab liquidity from the zone around that 25.50, 25.500, or if it rejects now, still respecting structure here, especially war on the 15. We're focusing on the 15 at the minute. It's very bearish in my opinion just now. The high time frame picture is still very bullish, but trading wise, me, I'd be looking for short-term sell options. So the entry points for me would be below the support formed at 25.3650. It's a pretty clean point there, and I do believe there's a high probability that we could come back down towards the Asian range lows beyond that point there. A little bit choppy to the left, but if we do approach with momentum, perhaps closer to the NY session, I do believe if it breaks and retests the Asian range lows, only to begin to pull away, that could also provide a potential entry option to the downside here on NAS. 6.5 minutes left on gold, so we need to wait. I'm gonna say if there was a potential option a little bit higher up here on NAS, yeah, possibly. I mean, it's easy to say after it. Possibly could have been an entry off the back of this 5 minute closure. No lower wick though, so it would put me off. All right, so let's again focus on the gold, guys. 6 minutes. We need this count to close strong, and we want it to close below the support. Raphael, thank you for sharing the live. Send you any news today? US news later. Dom, you cursed. Dean, hindsight for the trade. I posted the higher time frames look weak. The position 5. See it, but yeah. To be honest, mate, I don't think there was much there. I mean, that may have been a signal, but had no upper wick. To me, it was just really low volume at the time. I know why you probably took it off the back of that doji candle, maybe tapping into this sort of level to the left. Is it a trade I would have taken? No. I would have preferred for this candle to close strong bullish in the M15 and then gone down to the M5 within the 15 and see if we had maybe a little bit of a minor pause or a bullish engulfing 5 minutes, close this candle, and that could have been a trigger for me. But off the back of that sort of closure. I just don't see it, to be honest. Trade delicious gold, potentially okay, but waiting patiently, waiting just under 5 minutes to see if we get closure below. Gold sniper, just had a look. Can't be bothered to trade today. I understand, man. Honestly, I have those days as well. Especially when I'm been. Today was a really busy day, and I was touch and go if I was going to stream or not. Had to run errands for the family side of things, so another commitment. Which took a lot longer than what I thought, and I had to go to the gym. If I don't get to the gym, I feel like shit. So got back from the gym about 40 minutes before the stream. Quickly jumped in the shower, and here we are. Again, guys, there's more important things to life than just trading. So if you're not happy with yourself, then you're going to struggle as a trader. So for me, what makes me happy is making sure I get that workout in, making sure I eat right, I sleep right, things like that. I know we're not athletes or anything in this game, but still, you got to be regimented. And for me, it takes a lot of strict discipline, a lot of hard work, a lot of focus. Anyway, I can assure that I put myself in the best situation to be at that sort of flight mode, if you get what I mean, is to make sure everything in the background is fully covered, like going to the gym, making sure I'm fed, things like that. Obviously, otherwise I'm not going to be happy, not going to want to stream, and I'm likely going to just make a stupid rash decision to try and find an entry. Ryan, hey bud, are we waiting for it to break Asia high support? Not necessarily. No. If we break this support, if you're talking about this support, yes, waiting for a closure below. Talking about the high of the Asian session, that would be nice, but not necessarily. Dina was the time position, TP was 20 pips and only came to $35. Fair enough, mate. BV36 thinking we touch 39, 15, 16 soon when London opens. Look, who knows? I mean, if we begin to pop low support, we've got more support at 39, 38, which that would be for me potential next destination. Filippo, it's going to reach 37.7 before going down. Not sure, mate. Again, don't have a crystal ball. Although last Thursday and this Monday, you would have thought I did. But back memories, I don't, so I need to wait. Futures trade tell me we're not on the handle of the cup and handle on cup and handle on gold. I don't trade cup and handle, but yeah, I know what you mean, mate. It does actually look like it, yes. If you use that to add confluence to an entry, fantastic. For me, it's not. So, but I agree with you. It does actually look like it. There's your cup. There's your handle. There's your breakout zone. Ricky, starting to reject. Right, is the support you marked out, the Asian high support level. You're waiting for it to break, retest. Yes, that's what I'm waiting for. To my members, let me share with you a link. Oops. Should be on for a call later as well, guys. I should be okay. I've got a pretty early start tomorrow, but I'll jump on for a little bit. But with you, my members, those who are about. Right, so we closed back above, and hence the importance once again of waiting for a confirmation. We tapped into the lows of the support, and this goes above. It's not, again, it's not a signal for me to buy it. For me, this is just pretty much consolidation. This is a build up of liquidity in the markets. Doesn't mean it can't pump to the upside, but it's not a signal for me, so it's not something I will trade. Let's quickly look at the crypto here, Bitcoin. So that 100k level actually popped below it. Going to be interesting to see. Did we close below it? No, very close to it. Do believe if we start getting higher time frame candle closures below that 100k level, that could lead to a more significant sell-off. To be honest, I'm still completely out of cryptos. I do not trust any of these risk-on assets at the minute. Nasdaq's another one. To me, I do believe there's something is going on. I think there's something fishy. I do follow a lot of different economists, and most of them are of the exact same opinion. I mean, some are still trading as to the upside at the minute, but for me, I just do feel that there is something going on, and it's happening across the world. I've heard of rumors about issues with the financial system in India as well. Obviously, now one of the world's biggest economies. A lack of liquidity in the banks, which could lead to some big issues. America calling emergency meetings as well, the US. So yeah, I'm personally not comfortable being in equities. Again, for me, precious metals is the play.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Nice one. Yeah, all good.
How was the day?
Busy. A lot of driving. To be honest, lots of driving.
Oh.
Yeah, but at least no accidents today. So not that I had an accident, but
Okay.
other idiots having accidents, which is slowing the traffic down. None of that today. So yeah. How about yourself? What's going on, mate?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. So yeah, yesterday I took a gold sell. It was 1 hour prior to NY open, or was NY open. It was very nice. Yeah,
Somewhere here?
a little bit. No, a little bit.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, this one, correct. So it was, I made a mistake. So because it's closed below, it was good. Then the M50 candle makes the low, and then prices went up, but not that much as you see the big wick.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
And then break its own low. So and then I got in. So and this was some fault for myself, because then the price went up, leaving this long wick there.
Okay.
And I had some issues because I didn't adapt my lot sizes there. Yeah, it was not funny. So but then it went down again. So and then it was clear it broke the
broke its own low again.
And also the previous bearish candle. So this was normally the right signal to get in. So and I put out 48 pips of this trade. So very, very good.
Nice one. Good work, mate.
Yeah. And I did some risk management. So closed, I think it was on 35 pips. I closed the half, and then I closed the rest at 48 pips.
Nice one, mate. Good work.
Very, very good. Yeah, so as I mentioned, so I will focus more on gold right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, to be honest. Obviously, it's moving a lot quicker than the majors. A lot of volatility about. Just need to adjust for wider stop losses and wider margins.
Correct.
But that's a quality entry. I mean, that's an entry I would have been looking to take for sure.
As I mentioned, the only issue was for me, I was too early in at the end. So I needed to wait until we break the low of the former bearish candle. So
still, well done in the end to not freak out and
But to be honest, so it was a pain because of not adapting the lot sizes there. But there was some pain there.
Okay. Well, something to note for next time. So maybe you need to adapt the lot size then.
Yeah.
But nah, well done
So
nonetheless.
and about your the market structure on gold, absolutely top. So hopefully we can get some prices below this
Yep.
decent M50 and 30 support there, and then maybe get in.
Yeah, I don't mind the buys as well, back above resistance.
Yeah, also there's also nice clean traffic
Yep.
to the left. So
Plus, we've obviously triggered in some sellers at that particular level. If we pop back above, wipe those sellers out, good chance we will make the move up and complete the handle of the cup and handle pattern, which it is present. I don't trade it, but it is definitely present.
okay, I'm not aware about this formation. I only
It's just
reformation.
just mentioned in the TikTok chat, which from futures trading, which does to me, I can definitely see it. Abu, do I trade strat? No. Ricky starting to reject. Mentioned that for Michael, US 30, Dow Jones same. Yeah, I don't really like looking at those indices too much. Nasdaq, as far as what's going to happen, yeah, probably. Nasdaq broke 25,300 to confirm sell zone. William. Uh, 360 on this particular broker's chart. Michael, I got stuck under church at Church Street Bridge Day. Oh, really? How often does that type of thing happen? That and Montague Street. That one used to catch people out all the time. Got to the point where they put those you call them? Kind of looks like a bloody car wash hanging from the underpass, the overpass. Sorry. That used to get hit almost daily. It was unbelievable how often that bridge used to get hit by trucks. Silent effects looking for buys, potentially looking for sells, but need to wait 7 minutes. You're already in buys, okay. William, Nasdaq, yeah, read that. Montague Street, yeah, always, Michael. How often did that happen? One of my old gigs, there was a warehouse out in good old Brooklyn. And when we used to set up the marquees and so on and so forth for the Grand Prix at our park, we used to drive obviously all the time through Montague Street onto the freeway there. And I swear to God, it was like every second day we saw a car, or a truck, slowly creeping up to it. We're thinking they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. We were in a small 2-tonner and we knew we were okay. But yeah, even once or twice at the beginning, we also we diverted because we weren't too sure. But then got one of the guys to get out of the truck just to make sure we were going to fit through, because it saved us a lot of time and we just made it through. Back in the good old days, those were fun times, really fun times. Going out until like 6-7 a.m, going straight to work, chucking on a work uniform at work. It was fun times. Being pretty smashed, to be honest, hungover. Taking turns to have an hour nap during work. Fun times. 20 years ago, it just goes to show my age. Yes, I am in my 40s, team. Right. It's also got 1 hour support zone as well as 1 hour rejected 3 times Asian high range. Yeah, it's got the hourly support just now. Yep. Seeing you'll leave the stream running in the background, but I have something all good, mate. Not a problem. Zach, what do I drive? Nothing flashy, mate. Different options, just depends where I am in the world. Hilux, Civic, or CRV. I mean, they're all good cars. I don't like the Civic much though. Like I mentioned yesterday, it's too low to the ground for me. I'm not a sports car fan. I prefer to be higher up. Incomes, very bullish pennant, so it should break out long. Alright, so there's another pattern for you guys. So again, I don't trade patterns. I'm not aware if it's creating a bullish pennant pattern. I have no idea. I see what you mean. There's the pole. There's the pennant. This reminds me of old swing trading days, guys, where I used to pay 250 bucks a month, US dollars, mind you. Be part of a group which included signals, and I was new. I was more than 8 years ago. I fell for it. It was all baby pip stuff. The website I direct you guys to, didn't even know baby pips back then. It was literally, I could have got it all for free, all the information. Got absolutely ripped off. The signals were shit as well. Never made my money back. Lost a fortune. But we all learn. We all had similar sort of experiences at some point. Michael 39, nearly there. To be honest, mate, 43. When people see me out in real life, they don't believe it. That's genetics. My mum is 78 and she doesn't look more than about 65. Everyone can't believe her age. She works every day and loves it. So SB, what's my bias? At the minute, it's neutral. We are more bearish in regards to the way I determine a bias. We are definitely more bearish, but again, I'm of the belief we are still in a big strong uptrend when it comes to high time frame perspective. I do see potential sell opportunities though below support, and that's what we're closest to. Otherwise, buys above the resistance, so we're a fair distance off that. So the focus is sells for the time being. Michael Jackson, what Civic? Just the Civic RS. It's turbo, but it's not the Type R. I actually wanted the Type R back then, but it was just too hard to get. It was just before COVID. There was such a wait on it. It was a lot more expensive too. I thought just there's no need. So I'm seeing we're talking about patterns. Isn't this a second double top bearish signal? There's a top. Well, you could say a lower high. I know what you mean, M formation, but it's, yeah, kind of. It's just, to me, it's just consolidating. That's all it is. Michael Hughes, you've looked 50, brief plumber, age what? Yeah. Imagine, mate, you're stuck in the sun all day long. If I stuck with my original job in events management, I would have been the same, mate, because we were outdoors 95% of the time, probably. Rain, hail, or shine. Summer, winter, spring, autumn. Jordan RC, if we all set it should go up, go down, right? All the chat. Yeah, let's all sell gold right now. If our not even 0.01% of liquidity is going to impact the market. FZR, FX, gold going to crush. It's not going to more bullish. We'll see. Uncle Train will be my new job. Nice one, mate. As long as you are strict, disciplined, competent, which seems like you, by the sounds of things, you're onto it. So I wish you the best of luck. Fuzzy, no predictions. I do not look at small cap altcoins. The only crypto I look at is pretty much Bitcoin and ETH. User, thank you for the sticker whenever you sent that across. Apologies, just saw it. Hamza, no, not much in the minute, do they? It's really nothing, to be honest. Let's hope that changes though. We've got the closure of this M15 right back where we started, so nothing in a minute. Zach 20 looks 16. That's all good. I wish I was 20 in trading. Nice one, mate. Dean, you're also 9. Wow. One of the members. Nice one. You guys are onto it. I wish I was trading when I was 19. FZR, FX, how many hours? Look, generally speaking, anywhere between 2 and 4, but recently it's been closer to 2 or even a little bit less than that, just because I've got other commitments going on in the background which need pretty much only anyone can do it at the minute. So I've got to focus on that more, which has meant I've had less time to be on the charts. Which is fine. It just means I can't. Still have to be strict. I still have to be disciplined and don't have as much time to find a quality entry. But if it presents, I will take it. And I'm still, you know, happy otherwise, even if it's a no trade day. It just means I follow my plan, my rules. So just 67, which time frame suitable for entry? Look, it depends on what works for you, and very broad comment and general comment, but for me what works now is the 15. To be honest, it used to be the 30. The 5-minute will add to reason to take an entry, but usually the 15-minute is what I need to see to give me that confirmation. So what I mean by, for instance, the 5-minute might add to the entry is, first of all, what I've mentioned my plan is for this 15-minute to close below. Within it, I can go down to the 5-minute, see what else, what other information have we got. We may even have a little bit of a minor support below that zone on the 5-minute, and that, for instance, could look something like so. So we may have really strong bearish closure on 5-minute, and this could be the that should be green. This could be the second 5-minute candle. Doesn't have to happen in this sort of sequence. Could do anything really. And the final candle might close like so. And what we've got is 5-minute break and retest. Closing the M15 back below. Off the back of that, I know within it we've had some 5-minute support. I know we've retested that zone. I want to price to close below. I know it's a high probability if the new candle opens up, creates a bit of an upper wick. Doesn't necessarily need to retest that zone yet again. Just needs an upper wick. It begins to break below of our 15-minute catalyst, and a 5-minute bearish engulfing candle is a good chance for heading down. So on and so forth. So, but otherwise, the 15 is what provides me the overall confirmation to enter. Gold, we are just consulting. FZR, FX, when you trade, I mean, which the, well, quite obvious, London. Do like Asian session, but the fact of the matter is I'm usually busy doing other things at that point. Unite new to Rennie, Yora to you. Obviously a friend from across the Tasman. Welcome. Still never been. I would love to go to NZ, but have never ever been. But it's expensive, just like Melbourne. Cold, cooler, but more beautiful. Michael, thanks mate. 2 years of training only, just starting to see all my work and education. To nice one, mate. Well, at least you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And it is a grind. I'm sure you're fully aware of that. Some people will get it quicker. Some people will get a bit lucky as well. Some will have the patience and discipline to actually pull it off a lot sooner than others, and some will just won't get it. FZR life, I've had a shocking experience with a prop firm and I do not trust them. Maybe in the future, but it has to be pretty much just FDMO. Maybe the Fivers, that's the only probably other one I would completely trust. But even then, I don't completely trust any of them. How long till UK? Unite new to Rennie. 24 and a bit minutes. Ink up, so you don't really trade patterns. What is it you look for? Again, price action. I don't trade chart patterns. I'm aware of certain chart patterns. For instance, morning star, evening star, that type of thing. I think I call it the three soldiers, or I'm not sure. And that is these when it leaves multiple long wicks at a level, I should say. Things like that, but again, it's just pure price action, and it's not just as simple as one bullish candle closure and we buy it, things like that. There is more to it. We do have an entry called the interruption entry, which you guys would only, watch the stream regularly would understand what that is now, and it's a cracking entry and quality, mate. No name, if you are in the chat, let us know, mate. One of the members, you've been killing it on that particular entry. Every time after the stream I see that you've taken one on gold, and wow, yesterday's quality, mate. Quality entry. Wasn't even aware, wasn't even looking at the 30-minute time frame. But great to see some of the members making the most of the education that they get within the group. That going to the ADF soon. Oh, really? That would be good, man. That would be great for discipline. I wish I did that when I was younger, to be honest. I was considering it. But I thought I was a little bit too old at the time. I was about 28. Oh, gold might be crap tool news. But yeah, I mean, it could be, but we'll see. Abdul, what group? My VIP group, mate. West Holstock on a session 26 minutes. Hopefully we'll get some volume. Unite in Torini. Bought at 7 AM NZ time for 36. Nice one, mate. Just don't give it back. Make sure you are at least trailing your stop or securing some profit along the way. In cups, I don't really trade pen. Read that before. Mark Jackson, would you recommend getting a funded account for open? No, not. Definitely not. I reckon you need to definitely focus on being a competent, consistent, disciplined trader using your own money. That will teach you that, because last thing you're gonna do is give away your hard-earned cash by being reckless. And a lot of people still will do it because they will be reckless and they think they can flip it nice and easily. As soon as you flip it, you can just as quickly, if not even quicker, you can get absolutely wrecked. So I would say be good at trading, even if it's just a small live account. Maybe use the profits from that to purchase a funded account. Victor, long, not in the minute, nothing. Uncle did this yesterday when you were live and took USA open for movement. Yeah, yesterday was also pretty shit ass, wasn't it? Yes or no, would love it. What was that? I'm not sure. Would love what. FZR. Today I took long trade in Asian session. I made 3k FTMO challenge. Nice one. Michael, only FTMO. I just got paid out yesterday with funding. Nice one, mate. Yep. It's what it is at the minute. Just copy consolidation, which is, again, it's what I always mention, guys. This is build up of liquidity in the market right now. For it to either A, make an impulse down, or B, impulse to the upside, or C, impulse up, trap those buyers, head back down, or D, impulse down, trap those sellers, head back up. There, that's, again, it's very simple, but that's likely what it will happen eventually. So we need to, the best way to avoid getting trapped is to wait for our confirmations. And it's not foolproof, doesn't mean you're gonna 100% win, but there's a higher probability of you being on the end of a nice winning trade. It was 2.4 risk reward. Fair enough. Risk account size, it's of no one's business. I've mentioned before, it is enough to see some good returns. It's also enough to see some significant losses if I'm not strict with it and if I don't manage my risk. I have traded a bigger account before, much bigger. But at the moment, not as, still, again, still some good returns on it. Unite, there is no entry at the moment. Coming soon, zone. Yeah, I'd love to go, but I don't have the time, to be honest. I'm flat out. So for I've been expecting gold to fall hard. Plus, I always end up going elsewhere, to be honest, when I do have the time. The only thing about NZ for me, it's probably too perfect, like Australia. Like everything's too neat, too clean, too strict. I like hustle and bustle. I like when you can buy food from the side of the road. You don't need some strict certificates to be able to sell food and all that shit. Obviously that's you know, you're talking about Asia, even parts of Europe probably like that still. So for I'd be expecting gold to fall hard. You know, 2 weeks, yeah, I probably would. How much would you deposit for a small account? Whatever you can afford to risk, whatever you can afford to lose. Would that be, you know, $100? Issue is, especially if you're here in Oz, you're gonna find it hard to trade gold. I'm not even sure what the minimum would be. It's probably, I would hazard a guess, you need at least maybe $400 or $500 to be able to actually trade gold due to the strict leverage regulations here in Australia. Stacking, I'm new to trading. Could you recommend some people to watch? Myself, I don't watch any other streamer. What I could do is recommend this particular website. It's for free, and it'll help you with basic analysis, terminology, so on and so forth. FZR risk management, it's anywhere between, I've mentioned it multiple times, many times on stream, 1 to 5%. I do not recommend trading 5%, but I use fixed lots. I have a few different fixed lots, and I would choose what I will use in accordance to the things such as what my stop loss is, so on and so forth, and what sort of margin I have. Michael, you and I both absolutely love it. Just it's so much fun there. I swear, the amount of times I've heard people say, and they say it because they know what their experience. Don't go, because if you go, you're never going to want to go home. It's so true. For the majority of people, you just don't want to go home. You absolutely love it there. It's so just chilled. Anything goes. You can get food 24/7. Not as cheap as what it once was. It's just so much fun. Abdul, how do you join and host? It's down below in the description, mate. How to join? It's $1 a day. Zach, yeah, definitely start a small account and use the funds to make one. Yeah, I agree. By the way, Abdul, that does include the course. That's all in there. Hamza new support is created bullish. The exact same level, not changed at all. Yeah, Abdul, down below, mate. Down below in the description. If you can't find it, just send me a message, email. I'll share you with you a link. Stacking all good, no problem. Market favor install or buy lock. In the minute it's consolidating, it's not in favor of either anything. Ricky, I've been watching Alex G, YouTube, very educational to watch. Never heard of him, but give you the benefit of doubt. Ricky, just like the stream here. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I tried to give you guys as much as I can, to be honest. I mean, that's what we're here for. It is for educational purposes. So it's not technically a signal service, guys, but again, I will call it and take it if I see fit. But I'm not gonna, for the sake of it, try to please you guys by calling a trade. If it's not a trade, I would take myself, because that would just be, in my opinion, foolish. And it would wreck my win rate for sure as well. So not prepared to do that. Become this Sadati, visit Uganda. Yeah, I never thought of Africa. I mean, I've seen some interesting YouTube videos, some of the travel vloggers I follow. A lot of them say it's actually quite a good place as well. If people are friendly and all that, there's a lot happening. So Michael, good listening to you, man. Enjoy your better. Yeah, well, that's also what it's about as well, guys, because otherwise we're just going to sit here. If I don't talk, I'm just going to sit here in silence. No one's going to learn anything. It's going to be boring. I'm going to fall asleep. Most of you will either fall asleep or flick your screen. Episode RFX, I was 0.6% away past FT mode, 10k count, then I was minus 5. Wow. And gain, I was away 0.1 away. Now, wow, that's some big swings. As long as you've not blown it, that's the main thing. Apple user, have you seen about UK taxes may be rising? Thank Lord for spread big. Yeah, you guys, I mean, you guys are lucky. I can't avoid it here. I just got a shocking tax bill. I was none too impressed. There's not much I can do about it. It has to be paid by a week and a half from now, I think, as well. Scumbags. Government scumbags. FZR, give you advice on what? William, Nasdaq broke zone, did it? No, it's not. Still above it. You know, can I go back 24 hours in chart, show you some history for these guys? There's some history. 24 hours, that's... yeah, somewhere. NK, well, pretty obvious I have TikTok if I am streaming live on TikTok. I am on YouTube at the same time as well. All good, mate, all good. Alright, so gold's just a little bit indecisive here, but we begin to break to the upside again. I want to see closures above. I want to see price retest. And from there, we can look for some potential options. At the minute, though, just don't see anything. We're right in the middle of this consolidation. At some 5-minute resistance. Above that 5-minute resistance, there is very, very little margin until the daily high. So to me, it's just awkward area. Like I always say, guys, don't leave any creatine in the cup. Don't leave any behind. want to get those 15 grams a day. Number one sporting supplement in the world. Etc. I can pass the count. Now I'm in profit 0.8. I have to make 5%. Just need to again be patient. To be very strict with it. Follow your plan. You guys see me on the regular here. Follow my plan. Doesn't mean, you know, obviously not. I don't get a trade every day, but I'm not on the charts that, you know, for that long. But when I do get a trade, I mean, proof is in the pudding. 129 stream wins and 33 losses. Liam, sell off again. Yeah, it's just nothing at the minute. We'll see. London will hopefully bring some noise and make this thing escape this area consolidation. But at the minute, that's all we're doing. Yesterday was, for me, I thought it was a really good stream as well, guys, because I think I saved us about at least 2 or 3 times from taking trades. I think it was in both directions, or potential options, but by sticking to simple rules, we were spared being caught in the loss in drawdown, and stop loss would have been hit. So again, it's not just about taking a trade and being, you know, on the end of a profitable trade, but it's also how to avoid less probable trades. I think that yesterday was a really good example of that, and was very happy after the session. FZR, but in 100k account I am in 2.7 profit. I can't hold trade for a long time. Yeah, again, man, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know how you trade. I don't know what your rules are. So I mean, all I can say is just you need to be disciplined and very strict with it. Have a plan. So, you know, what I mean by that is know exactly what you're risking, how many trades of a day you're willing to take. Obviously, do your analysis, come up with a game plan for the training session, and stick to it. Create the rules as to what you want to see. If it presents, it presents. If not, move on to the next session. I know it's cliche, it's, you know, a very simple piece of advice, but it's so effective. Took me the best part of about 3 years or so to actually figure that one out myself. Michael Jackson, where fans said, I'm pretty sure they would, yeah. I'm assuming you guys cop it the same as we do, 1 to 30. Which I think is not a bad thing, to be honest. I'm not sure, because former member, I'm pretty sure it was with Black Bull markets in there, across the Tasman there in NZ. And I think he said they offered 1 to 100 leverage. But again, that's only really of concern if you're trying to flip small accounts, to be honest. To me, it's not of any concern having 1 to 30. I can still trade the lot size I want to trade. I just can't open multiple trades, which doesn't bother me. I only for that 6 months I was involved in a signal service is the only time I was opening multiple trades sometimes. But, and this is another thing they don't tell you, signal guys. If they're taking it, and once again, it's their responsibility to make you guys happy. I'm not saying you in general, but I mean, I'm saying you in general, but not pointing out anyone. But to make the masses happy, they're going to call as many trades as they possibly can see, even if it's not a quality trade. And they're either going to take it on a demo or they're going to take it on a very small lot size. Like I'm talking about cent lots because it's not going to impact their trading, their accounts. It's true, guys. I didn't want to take half the trades because, again, I was told to trade a particular strategy, edge, which I wasn't even familiar with at the time. I was given about a week to learn it and just use that, and I was not comfortable with it. I didn't have enough data to back it up. It was quite effective from some from what I saw early on, but it stopped working when the market stopped trending. Shit hit the fan. And once again, it was only to the point where I said to the gentleman at the time that the only way I'll continue is if I can call trades as per the way I would normally trade, which means it's not going to be trades every 5 minutes. It's likely going to be max 1 or 2 a day. And there was a trade nearly every day, pretty much every day, usually at least one. But I hate it because it meant I had to have the charts on in the background for like 6 to 8 hours a day, and it's just not me. It is not me at all. But those, I was taking my normal lot size because there were trades I would take. I wasn't too happy with it. Occasionally it was just a small 5 cent or not even 1 cent lot if I was not happy because of the pair that it was to be traded. And that's what these guys do, guys. I'm just letting you know on the secrets. So just be careful with signals. I've been there, I've done that. And I've also been the other end of it. I paid for a service years and years ago, got wrecked. Michael, you got to be disciplined here. Can't let emotions take control on policy trades. And then, yep, exactly. 100%. All right, 3 minutes until session open. We are slowly creeping up. There is no margin. It's just not. Don't see it at the minute. Yen trader, what's my style? Price action. Some point, guys, I would suggest jumping across to the YouTube stream. And if you want to know how I analyze, go about analyzing a chart, rewind, watch the start, and you will learn about how I go about my analysis. Yeah, yes, yet again, guys, as I always mention, I am streaming live on YouTube at the same time, so probably in your best interest at some point to jump across. It is the exact same profile name. Get the full screen, all the numbers, so on and so forth. Plus, just in case I go missing on TikTok, because I have been banned once before, or a few times actually. In Bona, it's accumulating, it is at the minute. Sol 7, what's the benefit of opening multiple trades instead of one single big trade? Oh, I'm talking about multiple trades. What I meant by that is on different pairs. I open just one big trade and I manage it. That's what I do. In Bono, yes, it has been quite boring, but we've done all right from it. Ricky taking multiple trades only over 11. Yep, but again, that was all because of a stupid signal service which I had the pleasure of being a part of for about 6 months. FZR yesterday, no, I was only on stream for an hour and about 40. No, I was on for the 2 hours yesterday, but nothing presented. We're waiting. I waited a little bit longer because it was close, but nothing presented. And luckily, because it didn't present, luckily I ended the stream as I did. Otherwise, I would have been sitting there for another 2-3 hours waiting for nothing. Pepper Nickel, what I do for living outside trading. Well, do have another interest in the background, and it's a family business. That's what's been keeping me extremely busy of late due to lack of staff. All right, gold heading back up to resistance, so we're below it. There's still no entry for me. Just need to wait, guys. Do I have Telegram? No, I have Discord. Very purely from motions, skip disciplines to best Michael Jackson. Hey Harry, think gold fall. Tez, am I waiting for low break, closure below or closure above? That's what I'm waiting for. We're at London Open, guys, and we don't have any confirmation at the minute. JVPS, Trump speaking today. Technically, if there is still government shutdown, will gold go up? Look, off the back of the news, to be honest, I wouldn't bother trading the news, first of all. And it doesn't always do what people anticipate it will do off the back of the news. If you guys remember from last week, they did in fact cut interest rates. A lot of people were calling for gold to pump and actually dumped off the back of that. So it may have been priced in already. I'm not sure what to say in regards to that, to be honest, because again, gold, it just does its own thing at the moment, to be honest. Yes, Trump, obviously, his tweets and what he comes out of his speeches has a major impact, but it will sell off 1 minute and pump next minute. So for me, I would not pay attention to news. I would wait well after it to see what filters through off the back of it, and then just trade that direction. That's what I would suggest. So it's very tempting to sell it off the back of the fact that we don't have a low wick, guys. Really tempting to sell it. It'd be very, very impulsive. My concern is that we could pop up to the Asian range high. I'm going to avoid it for now. I think it's a little bit too impulsive, but it's tempting. It's almost tapped into the resistance. Look, if it pops up to the Asian range highs, the issue is, where do you place a stop loss? I have no idea. There is no technical level.
Yeah, at the end, I didn't trust these candles. For me,
No.
as you see, the open is below the close at the end, and for me, it's made already a wick to the downside, even if you don't see it.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, what you really want to see in this situation is a weaker approach as well. You want to see signs of exhaustion. So you want to see maybe price tap in already, closing back maybe like so, but multiple attempts at that level. Maybe even something like so. Then if it opened up like that, that's when I would probably take a stab at it. Because we're rejected multiple times, it's likely that we're exhausting at that point. It's likely we're going to come back down to create low wick. By that point, you're at break even. Drops, it drops. You're securing profits. If it doesn't, maybe you get taken out break even or a small win. So without that, a little bit trickier. Very impulsive. It's not something I would often take. Nemo 93, Percolator, Solana, Dex. Yeah, no idea, mate. Don't look at cryptos other than Bitcoin or ETH, really. XRP, maybe that's about it. So it is rejecting, but again, just very, very impulsive. Extremely impulsive. Jane, what's my setup for today? See how price reacts to this zone. If we reject, we could look for maybe sell options. Yes, price action. Harry, I think it will go down to around 3,800 or below, but I hold positions for weeks, months. Fair enough. Yeah, it's fair enough. Look, I would love for it to drop below that point, to be honest, because that will mean I can accumulate the physical stuff cheaper. Plus, it would also mean that silver would likely follow, which is my biggest holding when it comes to long term. I buy it weekly. Bought this week only 1 ounce so far this week. Last week I bought 4. Michael, 5-minute chart. And a 5-minute going straight to the upside, in my opinion. You've got an interruption here on a 5-minute. Just don't, again, the area, it's not ideal. It's in consolidation. I make beats. Thoughts on GJ? Let's quickly look at GJ. Alright, so it's bouncing out the support. Oh, could there have been a little cheeky entry? That is more of a indication there as for a potential reversal. Would have got you more than 10 by the looks of it. Yeah, right now, again, so there's no margin to take it back up. I would just wait and see how price reacts to the resistance yet again. If it pops above, closes above, then I do believe it could continue bullish. Not a great deal of margin though. Otherwise, possible sells back below the resistance if it does reject upon a double top, or maybe below 199,750 roughly. See, that's the issue on gold. Not yet retest the Asian high. We've just broken it. Now let's see if we do in fact pull back and retest. Wow, look at it go now. Look at that go now. Mind you, I would have probably taken a small win on that little impulse entry because I had about 20 plus pips on it. Would have definitely been at break even though. Michael Carney, I like shorts at 39.90. Yeah, this whole region, I do like that as well, to be honest. Big Z, where's the symbol is pair? XAUUSD is spot gold. Sniz, thoughts on NQ? Same as NASDAQ. So that's a chart from God knows when, to be honest. That was probably from last week or a few weeks back. Yeah, bearish. I'd be just looking for pullback sells. We've created, obviously at the height of the day, you've got some resistance, which lines up with some more resistance here to the left. Above that point is where the structure is going to flip back bullish in the M15. What would add confidence to any possible buy is the fact that the daily has lower high, lower low. Has not necessarily much of a need to pop back up and break its own high. Within the current daily, on the minor time frame, you're starting to form some bullish structure. And maybe wait for the confirmation of the structure flipping back bullish. Doesn't mean I necessarily get involved on the initial impulse. Let it pull back, form support, then look for an opportunity to buy it. Otherwise, what I would personally be looking for is sells, and I'd be looking for sells below the support at 25. Let me mark it in. 25,455.5. It's the most recent support form within the move to the upside, bouncing off the lows. The price was to close below, pull back, retest, begin to pull away. I do believe there's a high probability of it coming back down to the low of the day. All right, let's just see what potentially we could look for on gold. Again, we've not yet retested the Asian range high since breaking it. Ink up, nailed it, nice one. Senju, not for me. I'm waiting for now retest. So got obviously a confirmation that we're ready to head to the upside. As I mentioned earlier, this area is just a build up for liquidity in order for price to either move up, down. Moment's moving up. Now I just need to wait for obviously now the pullback and my confirmation, or maybe moving forward, rejection of this resistance. Believe it or not, guys, the way I do see it is the 15-minute is still technically bearish in structure here. So if it did pop up only to reject, then I would be looking for an opportunity to take a sell from higher up, as long as I had the right confidence to do so. Tommy, without actually reading a message, I know exactly what it must be about. I knew it, mate. Still in that gold trade from off the back of the daily interruption play entry at this point. Solid, mate. Very solid. Still holding up. Yeah. Got nerves of steel, mate. How long has that been now? How many days is that? In here, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a week. Wow, look at this pump. And silver's going to be pumping. Kiwi Maori. Sunrise. A lot of Kiwis in the house today. Welcome, guys. You guys are well. Thank you for joining. No, it doesn't mean camera, mate. It stands for analyze, confirm, trade. But I've been asked that question multiple times. I might have to eventually change the name, to be honest. I always get asked that question. So A.C.T is the Australian Capital Territory, guys. This is the capital of Australia. It's not Sydney, believe it or not. People think Sydney is the capital. It's not. It's the A.C.T, which lies in between Melbourne and Sydney, the nation's two biggest capital cities. And it's Canberra. It's where all the I'm gonna be careful what I say because I'll probably get banned. You guys can make it out. The politicians sit and bitch about each other and do nothing to help the general public. Go see displacement. Uncle Garney. Here we go. Sweat as. Grubs are, yeah, aren't they all? But you guys have had it also tough with your pollies as well. Bunch of shit kickers. Hamza, what is safe point to buy? We'll need the retest of the Asian range high here. So we've got 3 minutes left of the current M15. Look, let's see if we even pull back and tap in within this 15-minute candle. And let's just say the new candle opens up. Rates a slower wick without an upper wick. As long as we've tapped in to that point, and it is the point of interest. So let's just mark that in. As long as we've tapped into that point of interest, if we do so in a flip back bullish, I may take a cheeky entry, but it doesn't look like we're going to actually tap in at the minute. I just want to see that retest. I've been caught out before, not waiting patiently for the retest and then getting wrecked, and eventually it forms support and makes the move. But in the meantime, takes out my stop loss. So I'm going to be patient and wait for it. And once again, more into you, Tommy. Oh, you're in Canberra with the Grubs. Good luck to you, mate. That's is it true? The recreational, without putting a D in the front of it, UGS, is legalized in Canberra. Saw Spaniard's latest video, or about 10 minutes of it. Nowhere near as entertaining as what he used to be, in my opinion. I don't know if he's lost the plot or not, but it is, yeah, bro. Wow. Yeah, bro. No interest at all going to Canberra, to be honest. Not that I have much interest in traveling around Australia as well, to be honest, but definitely not Canberra. Tommy, yeah, the swap fees. Yeah, that's right. You're in a buy. 6.2 Doovie. How you know once it goes above there it would keep going up? Well, there is no guarantees, but what would give me added ability of it doing so is if we do retest where we've come from and hold that position. So this particular level I mentioned, the Asian range high, remain above it, then I do believe there's a high probability that price will head to the next level. And is my gray zone, so that is around at 39.93. But there is no telltale way. Sorry. All we can go off is previous experience and previous data, give us some sort of indication where we could be heading. Michael done a whole Australian my Land Cruiser. Oh man, love the Land Cruiser. Nice one. Would have wow, been a lot in petrol. Must have been many years ago. It cost a fortune these days. Unite, so yes, it is at resistance support. Well, it's above it, but let's see if it's going to pull back. So obviously the 15's closed and it's not retested yet, so we've not had a retest at all. So it would really now come down to see where this 15-minute closes. And again, I would like to see a retest of that zone in order to be looking for buys at the minute. So again, we don't have that just yet. Don't have it on the 5-minute. Let's see if we have got it on the 1-minute. Don't even have it on that, so there is no retest of that zone. We just come from below it. So for me, that was not a confirmation to buy it. Some of you it is, and well done to Futures Trade. Was it Futures? I've forgotten your name. Called Up and Handle. Has played out. Nice work. Got to give the man credit. Kerry Maori, it's central to Melbourne and Sydney, and an hour and a bit Batman's, which is good. Yeah, Bateman's, sorry, not Batman's, Bateman's. Yeah, it's in between Melbourne and Sydney. Seven years ago. Yeah, actually, mind you, petrol would be a similar price probably back then. Maybe a little cheaper. I've made it all the way up to Broadbent, Gold Coast from Melbourne. That's just literally as far as I've gone. Then we've gone west, been to Tassie, so south. That's why I'm pointing backwards. Out a little bit backwards in Tassie. No offense if there are any Taswegians on the call. It's pronounced Jeremy. Can you check it out? Trade Analyst IO. Flex up against TradeZella. What is it, mate? I'll have a look later, maybe. Here we go. Love Taz, absolutely love Perth. Never been to Perth. I've heard really good things about it though. My family have just come back from Perth. To be honest, I would prefer to live in Perth without even being there, just because it's not as crazy as Melbourne. Weather will be better. If I had a choice, I'd be up Queensland and probably up north. I'm talking about. Yes, you get some bloody wild conditions there. You get the cyclones and so on. Warm every day. It's quiet. When I'm away, I enjoy the hustle and bustle. But when it comes to living space, I'd much rather be comfortable. As long as I've got a gym and a good, fully operational gym. That's all I need. I'm happy. Michael started in Western Australia. I grew up in Fremantle. Oh, okay, nice one. Fremantle, Stoneborough, Perth. Yeah, we'll eventually one day make it to Perth. Pronounce it Jerome. Jeremy, sorry. It's an AI analyst website that analyzes these trades, basically. Okay, interesting. So, speaking of, Forextester.com, well, online.com. This will analyze your trades. You need to import your trade history. It will give you its idea of what it thinks you're doing right and wrong. And once again, if anyone's interested, they have opened up a special monthly subscription for my viewers only. They do not offer it on their homepage. If you are interested, let me know. I will share it with you. It's got this unique data analytical tool. Got all the different risk and performance metrics. Tells you again what it thinks you can improve on, what your strengths are. Keeps track of obviously your trades for your trade history. So this particular sim session is in a bit of profit. And again, I've got a special discount code as well. Now 20% they're giving you guys. If anyone is interested, let me know. There is also the monthly subscription only available to my viewers. Works like TradingView. Is a really, really good toolkit to practice your trading on. So let me know if anyone is interested. Send me a DM. You go back anyway? Who, Maui? Nice one. You lived there for 5 years as well? Okay. Look first, then leap. Perfect. Greater, less population. Most isolated city in the world. Good for raising kids. Yeah, I reckon I will like Perth. I still like a city, but I just don't like to live. I don't like crazy city. That's why, to be honest, where we are in Thailand, my house, it's not in Bangkok. It's in a city, but it's not a crazy city. It's got absolutely everything. It's got all the food on the street and so on and so forth. It's open. It's a 24-hour city as well. Not like any city in Australia, which none of them really are. But it's not crazy, Bangkok. It's really livable. It's a cracking city. Love it. There's Udon northeast. BJ rejecting. So let's see if gold's going to reject here. All right, so what would tempt me into a potential entry would be on the next 15. Again, I'm extending the stream a little bit here, guys. Want to see this tap in and reject and close either weak bullish up near its high, leaving a long lower wick. That would suggest we grab that necessary liquidity and retest that Asian range high in order for us to maybe look for a buy up, or B, actually tap in, closing weak bearish or even a doji. And once again, what that would suggest is it's a pause potentially within price action. If we were to actually create the lower wick and begin to break the pause candles high, there'd be a higher probability of perhaps completing the move up to the resistance at 39.93. So once again, I want to see it retest that Asian range high. Michael Hughes, too many sand flies and marsh flies and mosquitoes. Yeah, that's true. That's a concern. Irigunji as well. And little killers. Tiny jellyfish. Most poisonous in the world, I think now. Unite, Balcutta and Banksia Grove. 6.2 Doovie. Thank you, mate. Peppernickel, what made you pick that city in Thailand? To be honest, because it's where my boy's mum was. Where I met her too. To be honest, I was only there because I thought, look, I've never been anywhere out of the major cities there, and I need to do a visa run back in the time. This is 12 years ago. And that was the closest major city to Vientiane, Laos. It was a 45-minute drive to that border, and a 15-minute drive or so once you're inside there to the center of that particular city. I thought I might stay there to suss it out for a little bit, and loved it, to be honest. I absolutely loved it. Tell me you may support Douglas. Never be, mate. Yeah, it's just a really cool vibe there. I loved it, everything about it. People were really friendly. It was different. It wasn't commercial or touristy. Still isn't, but you do have more tourists now than before. Had quite a lot of expat foreigners living there. It's got the bars if people are into all that, but it's just not crazy like what you see in Bangkok and some of the other island. And obviously, I'd say if anyone who knows about Thailand, you definitely know what that's like. Which is a bit of fun for a little bit, but not sure if you really want to live there. Might be a bit too tempting. Well, you wouldn't want to live there for a girlfriend anyway, put it this way. For a wife, you might get yourself in a bit of trouble. But you can have fun, that's for sure. Putting an eyes by Oz. Best guess, what would be the percentage of no trade days for you? No trade days, probably about, I'd say about 30. roughly, because again, I'm limited. I'm not on the charts for hours and hours on end. Yeah, probably I would say more so lately because I haven't had the time. There will be times, and it'll be, again, certain years will be a lot more fluid for me. So what I mean by that, there'll be a lot more options present, but all I know is I just need to stick to my plan because there's a much better chance of me winning than doing something stupid in between. Once again, if I was to sit there all day, I would eventually find a trade, and probably more than one. But I'd be exhausted. I'd probably react on emotions a little bit more because I'd feel I'm justified only if I was to trade. So again, this is kind of looking like what I want to see, but we've not retested. Michael, you're all the way out there. Yeah, oh yeah, in Udon, yeah. It's a cracking city, mate, honestly. If you've never been, I do highly recommend it. Hey, Hazy Talk. I'll type in the chat. So it's northeast, or in the Assam region, for those who are familiar with Thailand. Speak a slightly, well, a very different dialect actually. I can understand for the most part Bangkok Thai, but their Assam language is just, it's so, the accent's so strong, it's very tonal. Half the time I say something, it means something completely different, so. Michael been in Thailand so many times. Go Chung, full moon party. Been to one full moon party, Copenhagen. But that was back in the day as well. That was when I was 30, when I first went to Thailand. So many things to Thailand there is, mate. There's so much. There's something for everyone, in all honesty. Senju, I do use the fib, but not the same way other traders will use it. I use it to gauge a string of a candle or a candle against the previous candle. I don't use it for entries to actually determine where I want to get involved in trade. Michael, Lao. Yeah, Lao. Well, a lot of people from that area say they're part Lao because it is so close to Lao, and the language is very similar. All right, let's see. So we're close to tap in, guys. Let's see if we actually tap in and reject. It could happen. We have just over 2 minutes to actually do it. So what we want to see is price tap in and then just pop up and close near its open. Futures trader, I did mention you before. I gave you credit. Got to give credit where credit's due, mate. Well done. Nice work, mate. Nice work. I hope you actually rated it though. No name, I mentioned you as well before, brother. How long do you stream for now? Still roughly the same time. It's a bit awkward though for time change, obviously. I was eating into dinner time. But I mentioned, gave you props for your work yesterday on gold. The interruption candle entry is something you've been trying really well of late. Sometimes even seeing it without myself seeing it and reacting to it. So good work, mate. I was really happy to see it. All right, so we've tapped in and we are trying to bounce off it if we close. So let's use the fib and let's measure from the bottom to the open. And if we close above the 0.382, I will look to buy it. Now, I will prefer to buy it as it breaks the bearish candle high. But that would suggest it's a weak closure. We've finally tapped into that level I wanted price to tap into. We need to close above that point. And that would suggest to me perhaps this is just a bit of a pause within price action. If we break that candle's high, there'd be a good chance we're going to completely move to the upside. So in 30 seconds, will it do it? Let's see. No name, you absolutely love the IC play. It's a cracking entry. I've probably just missed one again, haven't I? Nah. Or you could almost be getting one present on the hourly, but you've got to wait for that. All right, 10 seconds, guys. Let's see, is it going to pop up? Doesn't look like it. No dice. No entry. No entry for me, mate. No, guys, mate. You guys are my mates, so yeah. All right, team. So, well, that's wrap then. So what I'd be looking for though, moving forward, if I was to stay on charts, but I'm going to go have some dinner, check out the charts a little later on, is something like this. Strong closure. Definitely want to be engulfing the body, and you want to be closer to the top of that bearish candle. So you could even use the fib again from the wick high to the open, and I'd say if it's above 50%, that would be a strong enough closure to suggest if the new candle creates a bit of a low wick and then begins to flip and break above that bearish candle's high, that we're going to once again complete the move. And aside from that, guys, just let it properly retest the resistance and see if it forms support back above it, or if it does form support at it, only to reject and pop back below. That could be an option to take a sell back down. Otherwise, if it does just pop up, I definitely would consider sells from higher up. Is obviously approaching level of liquidity to the upside, and you just need to be patient, wait for a bit of a price action catalyst or your own signal, and that's what I would personally be doing. In the meantime, guys, tomorrow should be all good as well. Should be on tomorrow. Don't forget, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. TikTok, don't forget, jump across to subscribe to the YouTube stream as well. And I think that's about it. Feel free to send us a message, say g'day. I do reply to every message. If you want to just say hello, you're more than welcome to. I always reply. If you want to know more about anything I do, or even Forextester or anything, feel free to send us a message and I will happily share with you the information. Guys, do trade safe. My members, I will keep you guys posted. We'll likely jump on a live market update call, and we'll see for just a little bit.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, trade safe. So look out for the strong bullish closure here, guys. Bullish engulfing, fantastic. Low wick, and there's your entry on the following candle. Okay, keep me posted, my team. If you are looking to take a trade, I will happily look at it while I'm having my dinner. Don't stress it. You're more than welcome to send your, ask for advice or send your thoughts into the chat anytime. Take care, guys. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, bye.
Cheers, man. And to YouTube, TikTok, once again, told you what I'd be looking out for. So let's the plan moving forward. Do trade safe. I will see you guys as well tomorrow. Till then, have a good one. Thank you for joining the stream today. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.